Hello, hi there to every one of you. Welcome back to my channel. And this time we are going to talk about the word of the Lord, the powerful word of the Lord amidst this crisis, amidst difficulty that we are experiencing these days. So today I am going to talk about trusting the Lord amidst difficulty. Let us open our Bibles in the book of John 14:1. This is a very common verse that everybody maybe memorized. So I'm going to read it from the New King James Version. John 14:1. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God. Believe also in me. This is what the Lord Jesus told his disciples before his death. Now, what is trouble? What is trouble? It is a difficulty or problems. It is public unrest or disorder. It causes distress or anxiety. Okay, that is trouble. So it is a difficulty or a problem. Now, what is a biblical meaning of heart? In Hebrew, it is leb, which means this term stands for the inner part of a person and refers to our will, mind, consciousness, emotions, and understanding. It also refers to a person's moral character and determination. That is the meaning, the biblical meaning of a heart. And what is trust or belief, or these two words are differentiated. We're going to differentiate this. Trust is a value that requires a foundation between two parties. Trust is developed based on a party's knowledge about another. On the other hand, belief is the value of acceptance to facts or circumstances. I will repeat it. Trust is a value that requires a foundation between two parties. There should be a foundation between two parties before they can build trust. Okay? Trust is developed based on a party's knowledge about another. If you don't know the other party, or if you don't know somebody you are talking to, you cannot establish trust to him or her, right? You cannot trust that person because you don't have any foundation. For example, friendship, you don't have that, so you cannot trust. And belief is the value of acceptance to facts or circumstances. It's when you believe something, it means you accept that something. Okay? So these are the things that we need to understand regarding this verse that we are talking about. Now, the world is experiencing COVID crisis. Throughout the world, everybody has lockdown. Has lockdown. I mean, workers cannot go to work. There is no work. People are experiencing crisis. Even those who have savings, their savings had lessened. I mean, the amount that they have in the bank or in their savings account or in their pockets or in their houses, the money that they have already decreased because of the crisis. And people, especially those who are most affected, or shall we call the poorest of the poor, are troubled. They have difficulty, they have problems. Where are we going to get what we will eat for the next meal? Where are we going to get money? There is unrest, there is public unrest. Except for the food industry, all others all other works are closing down, I mean, they are not closing down because they go bankrupt, but they are closing because of the COVID-19 disease. We really do not know what is our enemy, because we do not know who are infected, and we do not know, maybe we will be infected, so we do not know that. Now, there is trouble. For the governments in the Philippines, the government is providing or there is a social amelioration program for the poor families. I would say that poor families, and well, those who have worked because of the lockdown cannot go to work, and most of the companies that they are working are or has no work no pay policy. So what happens? Those who are working, or who were working before the lockdown, if they have some savings, it will really cause them problem or trouble, because it can be that the 100,000 before is now 20,000, or what, because they also have to help their family members or their relatives who has little income. So there is trouble. But Jesus, like what he said to his disciples, is also telling us now that let not our hearts be troubled. Let us believe in God. Let us believe in our provider. There are people who are not included in the SAP, or social amelioration program of the government, because they belong to the middle class families, or they are considered in the middle class because from what they are working, they have higher salaries. And those people who are not included in that amelioration program of the government are making, I mean, they are telling, bakit hindi kami kasali? Wala naman kaming trabaho. We are not working. We are not earning. We are not having our salaries because there is no work. So for them, they want to be included in the social amelioration program of the government. But they are not qualified, because there are guidelines of the DSWD, the DILG, and all these government agencies that are in charge of the distribution of the money for subsidies. But you know what? I tell you today, let us believe in what God can do. Let us believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. He is our provider. He is our provider. He is our God. Let us look up to God. Let us look up to the Lord, because He has the answer to our prayers. He has the sources. He is our source. And He can provide us in so many ways. So many ways. It might not be the social amelioration program, but it can be somebody whom God has prepared for you, whom He can use to provide for your need. My brother and my sister, let not your heart be troubled. Let not this trouble, let not this crisis give you anxiety. Because God is still on His throne. He is still God. There is no other God like Him. He can provide for you and for me. He can provide for all of His children. He can provide for all of His children. My husband once preached that when the blessing of the Lord has your name on it, no matter where you are, that blessing will find you because it has your name. It bears your name. When God has a budget for you, He will surely give it to you. There is no doubt about that. Because God is God. And He is alive. He can save you in your crisis. He can provide for you. No matter how difficult your situation, He can provide for you. The prophet Elijah was provided by a raven. The prophet Elijah was provided by a widow. You see, God can use people. And I realize in this time of crisis, people had the heart to give. I mean, people, no matter how little or how big or how many they can give, as long as they can give, they are giving. You see, this crisis is making work shut down for the meantime, of course. But on the other hand, let us see the beautiful side of this. People who has something gives. Nagbibigay ang mga tao. They are acknowledging now that they can share what they have. Because of course, nobody can share what he has not. But those who have something, they can share it no matter how little. And I believe in that act, God is glorified. God is glorified in that act that these people are doing. They are not popular. They are just workers. They are just ordinary people, but they can make extraordinary works because they have God and they look up to the Lord as their source. They are not afraid. I will not give. I will not give because I don't know tomorrow if I will be the one who will be needing. No, they give because they love to give. They give because they acknowledge that God is their source. Amen. God is their source. So whatever you can give, do it for the glory of the Lord our God. Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. Now trust said that trust is a value that requires a foundation between two parties, you and the Lord and I. There is a foundation. I can trust my God. You can trust your God too. We can trust our God because He cannot lie Himself and He will not deny Himself. When God promises something, He makes sure that He will fulfill it. He will fulfill it. Is there something to worry about? As long as God is alive, He can provide for you and for me. He can provide. He can use so many people. He can use somebody, your relatives, your family members, even those whom you do not associate with so much. They can provide for you. Only believe and trust God amidst difficulty. Have a nice day, and I will see you again. Let me tell you this. Wait for your time to shine, because you will surely shine. I'll see you around. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel, and click the bell button so that you will be notified whenever I post something. My husband and I will be giving more inspirational words from the Bible, the word of the Lord, so that we can be motivated, we can be blessed, and we can be encouraged in the Lord. Have a nice day. Bye bye.